Well, good morning, my friend. Friday morning. It is October the 15th. Welcome to the Pastors Podcast this morning. Glad to have you here with me. End of the week. I hope that you had a wonderful week. Had a great day. Busy day yesterday, but a great day. Was able to lead someone to Christ out soul winning. That's always makes for a great day. And looking forward to seeing them in church on this Sunday, her and her two children. And I got some other converts lined up. You got to get converts lined up throughout the week to get them there on Sunday. If you're going to get some people down the aisle in the waters and help them to grow, then you got to stay on top of your converts. That will help you to keep them in church. I've got a couple of my brand new converts that are even come to church on Wednesday nights now. And that excites me and to see that going on. But you got to stay after them. After you led them to Christ, don't just let them die there. Stay after them, keep them in church, let them grow in the Lord. The more they're under the preaching, the more they'll grow, and they'll be able to eventually they'll get involved in the church. That's what it's all about, my friend. And I'd encourage you to do that and stay on top of everything that is going on. And I'm excited about this weekend at Maranatha Baptist Church. Would you pray for us? We're having two big days right in a row this Sunday and then the next Sunday. Of course, this Sunday is Fill My Sunday School Sunday. Everybody that comes in is going to get the world's greatest Sunday school candy bar. And of course, you say, what's the world's greatest Sunday school? Of course, it's Maranatha Baptist Church. That's the world's greatest Sunday school. And I'm looking forward to that. Then next Sunday is our annual hog roast. And we're looking forward to a big day there. So pray with us if you would. We're excited about that. We're working hard, passing out 20,000 flyers across our street here in 2 weeks' time. And of course, next week we really ramp it up. Looking forward to that, seeing what God can do for us. I want to read to you this morning from 2 Samuel chapter 17 and verse 27. The scripture says, and it came to pass when David was come to Mahanaim, that Shobai, the son of Nahash of Rabbah, of the children of Ammon, and Machir, the son of Amiel of Lodabar, and Barzillai, the Gileadite of Rogelim. Now, David found himself. I know that sounds like a strange verse to read, but I want to point out a truth from it. David found himself in the darkest days of his life. Yet those days were a part of, even though those days were a part of his own making because of the sin he committed, but it still didn't make it right for Absalom to take the kingdom from him. Now, the heart of Absalom was evil at best. And that's what we always have to understand about Absalom. He was an evil man. And he had plotted to take the kingdom from his dad and then even tried to kill him. Now, Absalom would have been a nobody had it not been for his dad. It was his dad's the one who made, if you want to put it this way, his dad's one who even gave him a name. But Absalom didn't care. He was a rebel, just like there's a lot of people today. They don't care what their dad has done for them in our world, and they try to destroy their parents and the previous generation, and these are evil people. And I'll say that very plain. Those who are trying to destroy the independent fundamental Baptist churches, evil people. Have no problem saying that. If they were scriptural, show me one time Christ tried to destroy people. He tried to build people. Even with the Pharisees, when he condemned them, he was trying to bring them to the saving knowledge of salvation. That's what he did. Nowhere in the scriptures do you see people trying to destroy other people. Those are evil people. That's what Absalom did. Now, but there's a great truth that is missed in this thing about Absalom's treasonous takeover and David's exile were those, here's the truth, those who chose sides. You see, it was in the darkest days of David's life that he found out who his true friends were and who were his true enemies. Now, I want to point out a couple of people in this devotional. The first character I want to point out was Shimei. Shimei was an opportunistic disloyalist who despised David because he took the throne over Saul's family. David took over that throne. Shimei thought that he was a member of Saul's family, and he had contempt in his heart for David the whole time that David was popular. Why? Because he felt like he should have the throne. However, when Shimei had the opportunity to get back at David, and as David was fleeing for his life, it was Shimei who threw stones at him and cursed him because of his hatred for him. Now, the second group of characters I want you to notice are those that were mentioned in the verse I just read. That's why I read that verse. These are their names: Shobai, Maker, and Barzillai. These men could have easily followed Shimei's path, but they were loyal to David, their leader. They saw that David and his army needed food, water, bedding, and they provided all of these things, even though they were putting their lives at stake. These men were more concerned with being a friend than they were with the opportunistic position that they could have gained had they reported to Absalom that they knew David's position. They were not going to do that. They were going to be a friend. Now, these two different groups of people should cause you to pause and to ask yourself, which group do you fall into? Are you the opportunistic disloyalist who piles on to people when they go through battles and low times in their life? Or are you the person who tries to, or are you the person who tries to kick people when they're at the lowest part of their life or have fallen in sin? Now, let me make this very clear. You're a very evil person. And I'm using these words on purpose. You are a very evil person if you're trying to destroy people who have fallen in sin. You're evil and you need to get right with God. Simple as that. It's not your job to clean up fundamentalism. It's God's job to do it. For some reason, we think it's my job to clean up. No, the local church needs to care for it and God needs to care for it. Not my job to go throughout all of Christianity and try to clean everybody up. That's what Shimei did, and he was an evil person. You ought to want to be a Shobai, a Maker, a Barzillai, who tried to encourage and lift up people in their low times of life. Now, I'd much rather be a Shobai, Maker, and a Barzillai who refreshes those who are burdened with trials than to be a Shimei to cast stones at people in their battles in the hope of destroying them. Now, you won't be the most popular person if you're a Shobai, a Maker, and a Barzillai. In fact, you'll be attacked by the Pharisees and by the evil people, but you're a true friend. My prayer for you and for a lot of people is that we get some true friends in our churches today. You see, now I'm going to give you one more piece of advice. You'll find both of these groups of people when you go through battles in life. Now, don't let the Shimeis destroy your spirit. They're going to be there. I've had them throughout my lifetime, and there'll be some who will watch this who don't like what I'm saying because, well, what about a person falling in sin? What about God? How about that? Have you ever considered God? The fact is, you're trying to be God. You think you need to do it. No, you need to care for yourself. Let God be God and let God do God work. God will expose it in his timing. He always has and he always will. God says, be not deceived. God is not mocked. Whatsoever man soweth, that shall he also reap. God says it's going to come out. Not my job to bring it out. Let God do it. God does it in a great way. You let God take care of that. In the meantime, you be a friend to those. No, you're going to be attacked when you stand by the fallen. You're going to be attacked when you're a friend to those who are down and out. You're going to be attacked by those. But let me tell you something. I'd rather stand by someone and their innocence and be wrong about that than to be the one who casts the stones and find out that I was wrong. I'd much rather be the wrong that I'm believing in people. You see, because that's truly what we ought to do. We ought to believe in people. And when they fall, okay, so let's pick them up. Let's go from where we are. Let's not cast them down. Let's not destroy them. Don't revel in the fact that you've destroyed someone. Revel in the fact that you can be a friend and you can be there for someone in their lowest times of life. Let me tell you something. One day it's going to be your child. It's going to be your family member, or it may even be you that's the one who's fallen. And you're going to hope that you wasn't so evil to throw stones at others when they fell because you're telling everybody how to treat you when you fall. Oh, let me tell you something. None of us are above sin. And we need a people in Christianity that have a true love for people. That when they fall, lift them up, restore them. I'm not saying that they should go back. You do sacrifice things when you fall. But nobody is above God using them. As long as they're alive, God can still use them in a great way. Let's not be the Shimeis. Don't be the Shimei. Be these other three men that try to lift people up. Restore them when they're falling. When people are down and going through battle, stand with them, love them, pray with them, be there by their side. You may be attacked, but at the end of the day, you'll be on God's side and you'll be the one that God will reward. I hope this is a help to you. And I hope you remember to always be a good friend to people. Oh, my friend, people are going through battles. Somebody's got to be a friend to them. Remember this weekend, hey, be good to everybody. Everybody's having a tough time. Have a great day, my friend.